When we talk about winter weather, few things capture attention like the snow forecast. Every year, millions of people check the latest updates to find out whether they'll wake up to a light dusting, a major winter storm, or simply cold, dry air. But snow forecasting is far more complex than it might seem, and understanding what drives it can help you make sense of why predictions change and what they really mean. To understand any snow forecast, we have to start with the basics. Snow forms when temperatures in the atmosphere and at ground level are low enough for water vapor to freeze and fall as ice crystals. But cold air alone is never enough. There must also be moisture, and that moisture has to be lifted into the atmosphere so it can cool, condense, and eventually fall as snow. This combination of cold air, moisture, and lift is a foundation of every winter weather event. Weather forecasters analyze large-scale patterns to predict where those ingredients will come together. One of the biggest influences is the behavior of jet streams. These powerful ribbons of wind high in the atmosphere help steer storm systems across continents. When the jet stream dips south, it allows colder air to spill into lower latitudes, setting the stage for widespread snowfall. When it lifts north, warmer air tends to dominate, making snow less likely even in places that are usually cold. Another factor shaping the snow forecast is the temperature at different layers of the atmosphere. Snowflakes can melt on their way down if they pass through a warm layer of air. That's why small changes in temperature just a few hundred meters above the ground can mean the difference between snow, sleet, freezing rain, or regular rain. Forecasters rely on detailed vertical temperature profiles to determine not just how much snow might fall, but whether it will stay frozen from cloud to ground. Moisture sources also play a key role. Some snow events are driven by moisture coming straight off oceans or large lakes, creating intense localized snowfall. Others rely on large storm systems pulling moisture from distant regions. When a cold air mass interacts with a significant moisture supply, forecasters often issue alerts for heavy snowfall. These forecasts are refined hour by hour as models track how the storm is evolving. Even with advanced models, snow forecasts can shift. Small variations in storm track, temperature, or timing can drastically change expected snow totals. A system moving just 50 miles north or south can determine whether a city gets a major winter storm or very little accumulation at all. This is why forecasters often provide ranges, because predicting exact totals in advance is extremely difficult. For many regions, elevation is another major influence. Higher altitudes cool the air quickly, meaning mountains can receive heavy snowfall even when nearby lowlands get rain or nothing at all. This difference in terrain is one reason ski resorts often enjoy abundant snow even in winters when lower elevations struggle to see much accumulation. As winter approaches, long-range snow forecasts look at broad climate patterns. One example is how ocean temperatures in the Pacific can shift storm tracks and influence how much cold air reaches certain regions. While long-range forecasts can give a general idea of whether a season may be snowier or milder than usual, they cannot pinpoint specific storms weeks in advance. Short-term forecasts, typically issued a few days ahead, are much more reliable for knowing when snowfall will actually occur. Ultimately, understanding the snow forecast is about recognizing the balance between cold air, moisture, and atmospheric dynamics. When all three elements align, snowfall becomes likely. When even one is missing, the result may be lighter than expected or may fall as rain instead. As new data comes in, forecasters adjust their predictions to reflect the most current information, which is why staying updated is so important during winter weather events. Whether you're preparing for a commute, planning winter travel, or simply curious about the next storm, knowing how snow forecasts are made can help you interpret the updates more confidently. Snow may seem unpredictable, but the science behind it is constantly improving, giving us clearer insight into when and where the next winter event will unfold.